Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we are playing week 4 of the Burlington Area Disc Golf League Summer Series. We are out at Cedar Rock Park playing the Sneaky Pete layout. Today we started on hole 17. I'm throwing my Climo Skyway. This is a 600 foot par 4. This one I threw it pretty flat, got it out decent distance, not as far as I wanted to get, but it was decent. Throwing my Legacy Rival here for the upshot. Got it out nice and right, letting it fade back towards the basket. That was probably about a 60 footer or so for the birdie. Just toss it up, got it under the basket. I figured I'd just take my par and go on this one. Didn't want to risk that one. Throwing the Castoplast Alva on hole 18, 649 foot par 4. Tonight's my first time throwing this disc, I believe, and it threw pretty well. Definitely got a lot of glide to it. Got the Skyway again on the second shot here. This one was very nice. It came out of the hand very well. Had a nice S-turn to it. Put the Reco X in the bag. I like this one. This is the K1 hard plastic, so it's very nice and stable disc. I like stable putters for those types of throws. Left me with a fairly simple par putt here. Hole 1, 360 foot par 3. Throwing the Alva again. Got a really nice rip on that one. Little Anheuser out of the hand, nice little S-turn. Left me with this upshot here, probably about 60 feet again. About the same shot I had on 17. That link did not hold that turn like I wanted it to, but it was fine. Left me with an easy tap in for par. Hole 2, 371 foot par 3. I'm throwing the Outlaw on a forehand here. This Outlaw is definitely more stable than the Raptor I was using. I like this Outlaw quite a bit. Left it a little inside on this one, caught a branch, fell down, but it's a great disc. Got the A2 again, or not again, but I throw this one a lot, so I always say again, just because I throw it so much, but I put this one right under the basket. Left me with just a tap in for par. Hole 3, 565 foot par 4. Throwing my F3 off the tee here. I wanted to get more of a flip up. This is a brand new F3. I put in the bag, I put my other one up. It had gotten way too understable, and I'm still not getting used to this one. Or I'm still getting used to this one. It's definitely more stable than the other one was. It's flies more like an F3 should. Given this Skyway for a recovery shot, got it up the fairway, got it out right where to have a nice A5 into the basket on a forehand here. Threw it a little bit low, but it was fine. It left me, I was close enough to make this putt. This is a putt I'm not worried about. Another par. Hole 4, 288 foot par 3. Throwing the Alva again. Throw it a little nose up. Wasn't quite happy with this throw. I'm happy overall with the hole, but you know, I didn't get it as flat as I needed to. Just that nose up left it short. So I'm just going to take the link here and just toss it up under the basket. Those trees were blocking any type of run, and that hill behind the basket is dangerous. So I said I'm just going to put it under the basket and get my tap in. They were looking for a disc in the woods down there, so I figured I'd just walk up and tap it in while they were looking. They just found it whenever I tapped in. Hole number 5, 295 foot par 3, throwing the Skyway on a forehand here, and it was nice. It was coming in hard. It was going to skip, and I just caught the bottom of this tree right there in front of me. I think I was going to be definitely within side circle 1 if I had made that skip. But it didn't happen, so I had to settle for par here. Hole 6 is going to be a 271 foot par 3. Throwing the Skyway. I threw the Skyway a lot today. I'm starting to really enjoy this disc. It comes out of the hand very nice. Like it feels like a bullet out of the hand. K1 Reco here, I believe. Yeah, Glow Reco. Very nice approach shot disc, very straight. Up it with another easy par putt here. Hole 7 is going to be a 295-foot par 3, throwing the skyway again. Not a lot of wind out here today, so this hole a lot of times has a big headwind on it, but it was pretty calm today. You see the trees are barely moving at all. I'm going to give this one a run at the basket. And I thought out of the hand I thought maybe I had it, and it just did fall short. Another tap in par. Hole 8 is going to be a 768-foot par 4. I've got the skyway again. I'm trying to throw it through that right gap, that skinny gap between the tall tree and the fuzzy tree. And I got it just inside. I almost got the gap like I wanted. It was very close. Caught a branch, fell straight down, but anything around these trees is fine for me on this hole. I do not want to be left OB. So I marked it and throw the skyway again. Another good rip on this one. Got it a good ways down the fairway. Gonna leave me with an M2 here into the basket. I think I was about 260 out. And I put this one almost under the basket. It got a nice skip, not as big as a skip as I wanted, but it was good enough to get me inside a pretty high percentage make on that one. Hole number 9, 364-foot par 3, throwing my Legacy, my Outlaw. I thought the basket was in the other position, and I threw it for the left basket. I'm going to miss my upshot here. I'm going to pause this for a second. I forgot to record the upshot because I was getting on myself for throwing the wrong basket to begin with. But for this one, I took a berg and just threw a nice hyzer out with the berg, and it came down and sat right under the basket. So it did what a berg is supposed to do, and left me with an easy tap in for par. Hole number 10 is going to be a 209-foot par 3. I'm going to throw the M2 again. This one is just about getting through that gap. If you throw it down the middle and get through that gap, you're going to be on the bag, on the basket. All you gotta do is get through that gap. And this is my birdie putt here. Another easy birdie putt. Hole 11 is going to be a 231-foot par 4. This is a very difficult hole from this pad to that basket. My M3 came out of my hand great. I thought I hit the line, but I didn't. I caught a tree and kicked right into this mess, so I'm going to have to do a patent pending with the berg again. Gave it a really good rip and did well to get it out of there. But it put me behind these trees here, and I'm going to have to try to thread this needle, which I did, and I caught the the basket there. It was close to saving the par, but so I went birdie bogey, so I just gave up that -1. But hole number 12, 238-foot par 3, throwing the rival again, and out of the hand I thought I was going to be all over this basket, and it just rose up into the branch there and knocked down. But out of the hand I thought I'd nailed it. Left me with this long bid for the bird. I gave it a run. I tried. Another par. Hole 13 is going to be a 301-foot par 3. Throwing the Alva. I just wanted to get this flat, and that's not what I did. Kind of got it nose up, a little bit of hyzer, and it's just going to stall and leave me way short. Wasn't happy with that shot. But once again, I'm going to give it a run. These links are great for running putts. And I'm going to put it right under the basket. Easy tap in for par. Hole 14 is going to be a 248-foot par 3. Throwing the F3 again here, I believe. And I just grip locked it. It felt like a bullet out of the hand. I thought I threw it great. The throw was great, the line was bad. Gonna throw the Reco X here. Kind of in these trees. I just wanted to give something a good hard pop out to the right and let it just fall back into the basket, and that's exactly what it did. Left me with an easy tap in for par. Hole 15 is going to be a 478-foot par 4. Throwing the skyway. I'm trying to get it out the right side. I'm trying to throw it up 16's fairway. That's the goal that I had here. And I just I didn't quite hit the line I wanted, so it was inside. It was a little short. I think I hit a branch and knocked it down. A little short, so I'm throwing the A2, and I was too busy saying that disc is too stable to get anywhere near these guys, but then there was a group right there on hole 10. That's me saying, sorry guys, didn't mean to get that close to you. That old adage of, you're too busy saying there's no way it's going to hit them as it hits them. But it leaves me this for birdie, and I gave it a bid and just missed it. Easy tap in for par. Then we get to our last hole, hole 16, 330-foot par 3, throwing the Alva again. The basket straight away behind that tree in the middle. I gave it a hard rip and it flew very well. I was hoping it would be a little more stable, but it was fine. Left me with this tree that's right on my shoulders. So I know I can't hold the tree back, so I'm just letting it rest on my shoulders. Gave it a good run. And easy tap in for par. It's at this point that Graham and I here were tied for first place at both even for the day, even par, and we're doing a playoff. We're going to play holes. The idea is to play holes 1, 2, 13, 17, 18 until somebody wins it. So this is the first hole of the playoff. I'm throwing the Skyway again. First round I threw the Alva. I wanted to throw something really stable to make sure that if I did cook it, it wouldn't burn over on me. And I put it up under the tree, unfortunately, but let me with this one with the Reco. Kind of threw it up. We were a little long with it, but I landed like on the pole. Let me with an easy tap in here for par. Graham went 30 long on his drive, so he went way past the basket and missed his comeback putt for the birdie. So this is for me to push the hole. So now we're moving on to hole 2. I'm throwing the Outlaw again on a forehand. This time I'm going to try to make a correction. And this time I hit the line I wanted. Great shot right down the middle. Graham wound up, unfortunately, he threw out of bounds on his first drive. I believe he hit the tree, and it kicked it OB across the street. So he had his next shot for his par he threw in, and he's up in those trees on the left. So he's pin high, but he's way left, and he would be putting for bogey. This is my birdie run here with the Reco. And I put it 2 feet from the basket with that one, and then right there Graham seeded the hole and seeded first place. So I was able to take it in 2 for the win for the night. So we had, I believe it was 5, 1, 2, 3. We had 5 people in the division, and I was able to take first place after a 2-hole playoff at even par, 881 rated round. Great round, felt wonderful. Really enjoyed throwing those Castoplast putters. Castoplast makes really good throwing putters. The Reco X, the Berg. I know some people hate the Berg. I love the Berg for what it does. I usually throw the Reco for upshots, but there are certain times when I'm gonna grab that Berg, and that's usually when I need a throw that I know is gonna land exactly where it lands and it's not gonna move. I want a shot that I'm aiming for a point, and I want it to hit that point and stop. That's when I throw the Berg, and it works very well. But as always, thank you so much for watching. Tomorrow I'm playing Rock Ridge in a flex start, and then Saturday I'll be out at the Clash at the Crossings, I believe is the name of the tournament. We'll be bringing you 2 rounds from there. So 1 round tomorrow, 2 rounds on Saturday. Hope to see you back on the channel watching those rounds.